don't know how many of the recordings have survived the most recent attack. And so I'm just going to start with random issues and kind of clear my head. It's been quite a journey, I must say. I never would have dreamt of being in this position, in this location. Even as I speak, I'm being transported along through the interdimensional space-time transport to locations that hold, I don't know, new, different, strange things. It's been difficult. It's been a long journey, but it's also been exciting to learn new things, to find out about the various dimensions and realities that exist, the strengths and weaknesses, various forces that are in power. There's a lot of issues that we can talk about, and a lot of clarification, I guess, is what I need. So let me talk about him for a little bit. When I first met him, I don't even know how to describe the feeling. It was so odd. It was in a large crowds of people moving in so many different directions, so many conversations going on, so many voices that I could hear, things that I could see. And suddenly he was just standing there in front of me, not moving, not walking, not speaking. So much movement all around, and he was just there. All of a sudden, it stopped me in my tracks. I was moving quickly in a direction that I thought I wanted to go, to get the things that I thought I wanted. And I don't know what struck me first when I saw him, and I certainly had no idea that first encounter would lead to so many amazing discoveries and changes, the transforming power. And it's really hard to conceive and understand how many things are different now, how much I know now. And of course, how well I can see that what I thought I wanted to do, where I thought I wanted to go, what I had and what I thought was important. I mean, everything's just so different. And that happens, when you see something or learn of something so valuable, so important, some action, some force, some body. It just changes your life. The things you value, the things that you want to do, the change is amazing. I don't know what first struck me about him, what I first noticed about him. I was looking down kind of as I was moving. I wasn't really looking up, and with him just standing there, right there in front of me, it startled me a bit at first. I wasn't used to anyone just being so still, so solid, so peaceful. I got strong and alert. I looked up and I think it was his shoes, actually. Yeah, you know what? I think it was his shoes that I saw first. He had on these kind of army boots, and you could see zippers on the sides of them, as if there were little pockets in the boots, and on the top and the front by the toe, and there was some kind of little I don't know what you'd call it, like a little satchel, a little holding thing that was over the laces, like a little. I used to call it his shoe backpack, but we'll talk about that later. The heels are pretty thick and solid black, and then I think from the shoes I looked up, and it wasn't so much his face that I noticed next, but his hat. He had on a top hat, yeah, like like this old style hat that they wore in the 1980s or whenever. I don't know, 1920s maybe. Those tall hats, those tall black hats with the rim around them, and it had a kind of a leather-like strap that went around the base of the hat, just above the rim, and then there were items tucked in that strap that went around the rim. I remember the playing cards. I saw some playing cards, and there's a feather, and a bunch of different items. I can share on those at another time, or maybe I already did. Again, I'm not sure what recordings have survived. I haven't had a chance to review the quality of them or anything like that, so I just keep plugging away. I'm sure I have a fair amount on the crystals, but I don't have any devices to read the crystals right now. We'll talk about that at another time. So, yeah, the hat really got my attention. And then on the rim of the hat, excuse me, on the rim of the hat there was different items clipped. The front, there was I remember in olden days they had these little things you could clip on, like a baseball cap that would have a light on it. And I remember there was some of them looked like a little light thing, or it was a paper clip. I mean, there was, just various items, not all the way around the rim for some reason, but in the front and on the sides, and later I discovered on the back. But yeah, the hat, I think, was the next thing that really caught my attention, and I took a moment to a little longer than I did with the shoes that I looked at it, and then it's his eyes. His eyes were just penetrating and bright. I'd never seen eyes with so much life. And little did I know at that time how much that life would change me. Wow. But his eyes were bright. They're green. I don't know. I always think in the past I would think of the eyes as blue or something, but no, these were green and just bright and alive, and not just one color of green. It was like every color of green was mixed in these eyes. The pupils were just like the right size. I don't know how to describe it. It was like I could see into him through his eyes. Like I could see him. I don't know, his soul. And and certainly when he was looking at me, I felt as though he could see through my soul, through me, know me, everything about me, it seemed. I felt like he could just read me like a book. That was something. His eyes have never ceased to amaze me, attract me, comfort me, terrorize me. Those eyes, it's so penetrating. Hold on. Oh, this might be some of the enemy. I better stop for a second and make sure before we go around them.